Greetings. Today my partner Sergio Campo and we are going to explain how to cite with APA. So APA referencing basics in text citation. In-text reference must be included following the use of a quote or paraphrase taken from another piece of work. For example, Mitchell 2017 states or in brackets Mitchell 2017. Note: direct quotes, the citation must follow the quote directly and contain a page number after the date. For example, Mitchell, 2017, page 104. This rule holds for all the variations listed. Parenthetical, the page number is not needed. Two authors. The surname of both authors is stated with either an or an ampersand between, for example, Mitchell and Smith in brackets 2017 state or in brackets Mitchell and Smith, 2017. Here we have two more examples, Harris and Cook, 2020 and Harris and Cook in brackets 2020. No authors. If the author is unknown, the first few words of the reference should be used. This is usually the title of the source. If this is the title of a book, periodical, report, it should be italicized, for example, A Guide to Citation 2017. If this is the title of an article, chapter, or web page, it should be in a quotation mark, for example, APA citation in quotation mark, 2017. Citing authors with multiple works from 1 year. Cited with A, B, C, etc. following the date. These letters are assigned within the reference list, which is sorted alphabetically by the surname of the first author, for example, Mitchell 2017 A or Mitchell 2017 B. Citing multiple works in one parenthesis. If these works are by the same author, the surname is stated once followed by the dates in order chronologically. For instance, Mitchell 2007, 2013, 2017, or Mitchell 2007, 2013, and 2017 all in brackets. If these works are by multiple authors, then the references are ordered alphabetically by the first author separated by a semicolon as follows: Mitchell and Smith 2017, Thompson, Coyne, and Davis 2015. Citing a group or organization. For the first cite, the full name of the group must be used. Subsequently, this can be shortened, for example, First Cite, International Citation Association, 2015, Further Cite, Citation Association, 2015.
Okay, so now how to say different source types. Okay, so in text citation, it basically doesn't vary depending on the source type, unless the author is unknown. Okay, so we also need to take into account that reference list citations are highly variable depending on the source. Okay, so first we got how to cite a book, but here we're gonna focus on the title rather than the chapter in the APA format. So book references is the most basic style. It matches the template above minus the URL section. So the basic format of a book reference is just as follows in the example shown in the image. So we have the author name, the initials, or well, depending on how many authors they are, the year, and then we have the title, right? The first letter of the first word, the first letter of the first word after a dot or a dash, and the first letter of the proper noun are capitalized. Then we have the ed, which is the edition, and And next we have the publisher, location, and the one who is publishing, the one who published the book. Next is how to cite an edited book in APA format. Well, this reference format is very similar to the book format, apart from one extra inclusion, which is the ed, but by adding an s. So the basic format goes just as the example shows. An author's surname, the initials, and the ed with the s. And then we got the year, the title, ed again, and the place, and the publishers. So let's take a look at an example. We have Williams, st. St would be the initials of the surnames. Then we have the ed, which is addressed to only one person who edited it. Then we have the year, which might be, let's say, 2015. And then we conclude with referencing a guide to citation rule, third in ed. Then we search for the place, let's say New York. Then we add the initials of the city, which is NY, and the publisher can be anyone. Okay, now how to cite a chapter in an edited book in APA format. So as I said before, they all share basically the same structure, but with slight different positions and variations. So let's take a look at how to cite a chapter in an edited book in APA format. So edited books are collections of chapters written by different authors. To reference a single chapter, a different format is needed, okay? So the basic structure is just like the example of the slide is showing. Then we have the last name of the author, the initial or initials. Then we have the year, and right here the chapter title goes, and then the editor initials, right? So and then we have the surname, the ed as was explained, the title, ed, and the pages per chapter range, okay? So then again, the location and the publishers. Now, how to cite an ebook in APA format? Well, just as well as a book, as a normal book, an ebook reference is the same, but there is one exception: that the publisher is swapped, right, for the URL. So the basic structure is just like the example shows. So we have the author, surname, initials. Okay, let's clarify that surname is like the last name, but this is like the British version. So we have the initials, the ed, or in case it is eds, year, the title, and the ed again, and we have the retrieved, from where we retrieve it, the URL. Okay, so for example, we have Michael J.A. Thompson M. County RP 2017, a guide citation retrieved from HTTP, etc. Just like the example. So we continue with the citations, and we have how to cite an ebook chapter in a format. So this follows the same structures as the edited book chapter reference, except for the publishers is exchanged for the URL. So the structure is just like the example. So last name of the chapter, author initials, year, chapter title, in editor initials, surname or last name, ed, the title, and the pages per chapter in the range, and also from where we retrieve it. For example, we have Troy BN 2015 APA citations rules in St. Williams, ed, a guide citation rules to second ed, pages are 50 and to 95, retrieved from HTTP, etc. We continue with how to cite a newspaper articles in print or online. in APA format. So the basic structure is just as follows. We have the author's first name or last name, the initials, and then we have the year, the month. Pay attention to it changes a little bit. The year, the month, and the day. Then the title and the title of the newspapers, the column and sections, and the pages, and also from where we retrieve it. It means the URL. So, for example, in the newspaper's article example, we have Mitchell, J.A. 2017, changes to citation formats, shakes the research world. The Mail and Day Telegraph research newspaper, page 9. Well, now it's the term for how to cite a magazine articles in print or online in APA format. So there's nothing much to say about the structure, but it's just as it follows. The author's surname, the initials, the year, the month, and the day, like the previous one, the title, and the title of the magazine, and the page. So, for example, we have Mitchell J.A. 2017, How Citations Changed the Researched World. Then we have the Melody, the Mendeley, and the pages, which are 26 to 28. Well, now how to cite a non-print material in APA format. Well, in this case, we are going to have how to cite an image in the APA format. So the structure is going to be very similar to the previous one. It's just with a different variation, which is the media type. We have the author surname, initials, the publication date, the title of the image, which is the media type. It might depend on the kind of image that you are going to present. It could be a photograph of your property, a painting, infographic, etc. And then we add the retrieved information, which is the URL. So in the example, we have Millis, J.E., 1851-1852. Then we have Ophelia painting. Ophelia painting will be the media type of the image that we used. And then we add retrieved from, and we are going to add the link from where we retrieve it. So in how to cite a TV program in APA format, it might turn out to be difficult just for all the stuff that we have to follow, but it's not that difficult. It's just as it follows. So we have the writer's surname, the initials, then the writer, and then the director's surname and the initials of the director, and the year of the release of when it was released, the episode title that we are going to be talking about, the executive producer surname, of course the initials, and the executive producers, the TV series name, the city, the state of original channel, network, and the studio or distributor. So for example, we have Kathleen M. and Wally Beckett. Then we have the last name, which is Moore. I guess it's French. Moore writes, which is the writer. Then we have Johnson, the director. The year of release, 2010. Fly, the television series episode. That's the name, Fly. And in Schnott, that's like a German word, so kind of difficult. So that's the name of the executive producer. And Breaking Bad, covered, that would be the city, NCE, the initials, and then we have the distributor, which is Sony Pictures Television. Okay, how to cite a song in APA format. So following the rules, we need first to add the writer's surname, the initials, the year of copywriting, the song title, the recorded by artist name, and then on the album title, so medium of recording, which is it depending on the format of the Yeah, depending on the format in which the song was recorded. That might be CD, MP3, or visual albums, as it is said here. So, for example, we have Beyonce, Diplo, MNEK, Kevin, E. Haney, and E. Tillman, and J. Rhodes. This is like a collaboration or a feat among several singers. So hold up in 2016, and of course the recorded is Beyonce, the principal one, and the album will be the on Lemonade, and the city is New York, and the location is Douglas Parkwood Records. Okay, and of course the date of recording August 16. Okay, we finally have how to cite a website in APA format. So when citing a website, the basic structure is just very simple. So we have the author's name, the initial, we have the year, the month, and the day. That'll be the complete date, the title, and simple, retrieved from. We only add from where we retrieve it. So the example will be Mitchell JA 2017, May the 21st. We have how and when to reference retrieved from. Okay, and that'll be it. Thank you for your attention. Hope you have enjoyed it a lot.